Hey, I'm back. This is Mary. I guess I had a lot of fun last night filming my little video, even though I probably rambled a little too much, but I guess I really like hearing myself talk. So I decided to continue doing my little tutorial, because there's just really so many features in Crusader Kings 2 that, like, there's so many things you can actually do. It's like virtually endless. Um, I know that in some cases there's some events that keep on popping up and it kind of can get repetitive sometimes, but mostly it's interesting how everything falls together. So, um, anyways, I wanted to, like, I was thinking about it today, that one of the things I said last night when I was filming the first video that I don't think is necessarily true, uh, to especially when I was trying to say, like, it's good to have a lot of kids at this point in the game, but one thing you do have to keep in mind is that they will constantly fight to get land back from you, and that they tend to hate each other. Like, brothers tend to hate each other, um, unless you have some sort of relationship developing before them, and then they have other attributes, other relationships with each other that make them like, they have like similar traits, so they like each other a little bit more. But that's the only reason why you should probably expand, in a lot of cases, is to keep your sons happy, because if they're unhappy, then they tend to cause problems. So that is one reason to expand, but at the same time, just remember, the larger kingdoms get, the more unwieldy they become, the harder it is to placate your vassals, the harder it is to make sure that you don't have any factions are forming. So, like, I'm sorry if that's kind of repetitive from yesterday, but I thought I'd say that anyway. So, where we last left off, Chief Colla, he took over for the former chief, because the former chief died because he was 50 billion years old. So this is his stats, as we decided before. I decided that he wants to have a son, which gives him some piety, and it also will keep his fertility up. I also chose a seduction focus, mainly because he has this trait called lustful. The traits down here they have the 7 heavenly virtues and the 7 deadly sins, and obviously the heavenly virtues and the deadly sins reflect off each other. Excuse me. And there's also some other minor ones as well. So lustful is the first deadly sin. It gives you a bonus to intrigue, but it also gives you a boost to fertility. But it also, the Christian church doesn't really like you that much, so that's something to keep in mind. But the other stuff he has is dutiful cleric. Dutiful cleric is learned and possessed of beautiful penmanship, but lacks particular interest in theology. So it basically gives a boost to this right here, the learning, and as you can see, it's not that high. He is learned, but he's not into God. He is more into poetry and fun stuff like that. He is cruel. The cruel bonus gives him another bonus to intrigue, negative to diplomacy. A morale damage 10%. Morale damage, sorry. Basically, he beats his people into submission, I guess. He also has gregarious, which gives him a bonus to diplomacy, attraction opinion, vassal opinion, and same trade opinion. So that's useful. And then he has content. Content is kind of a funny trait. When you take on wards of other people's children, especially if they're the children of vassals that you don't particularly care for very much, or you're afraid they're gonna rebel, it's really nice to have their heir children as wards and give them this trait as content, which means they're less likely to rebel. So I particularly like content, and installing that on children whenever possible. The opposite of this trait, by the way, is ambitious. Then you have gluttonous, and gluttonous is another. As I said, gluttonous is another of the suddenly deadly sins. It gives you negative to stewardship, negative church opinion, negative 15 attraction opinion, but other people who are gluttonous like you, so that's a win. So his wife doesn't particularly. She likes him okay, I guess. The fact that he has negative 90 prestige definitely has an effect on her, and she doesn't like gluttonous. But he's seductive, and they're both the gregarious thing. Ooh. She has cancer, so negative 20 fertility. She's probably gonna die soon. This one, she's indulgent wastrel, which gives her a bonus to stewardship, so it's, she's good with money, but her best thing, once again, is learning. She's really learned. She's greedy, she's craven, which is the opposite of brave. She's honest, and she's diligent, which is one of the 7 virtues. So, anyways, because I have 10 gold, I was gonna wait until, it's always good to have this in case you get somebody who's suddenly gonna invade you, so you can actually hire some additional troops if you're especially low on troops. But I'm gonna get it now. I'm gonna borrow my 300 gold. Partly because, let's give her a gift. She likes me a little bit more. And also because we need to, it's probably a good idea to start building some stuff. So let's go over to Canuck tribe. We can update the market village, but we probably, since we're trying to fabricate a claim, let's build an earth hill fort. So that will be built, and then we have some things we could build in the church town. So militia quarters gives me a bonus, gives me light infantry and archers, which is helpful. Barracks, which is heavy infantry, or church town, which gives me tax income. Let's do tax income because, like I said, gold is really hard to come by. So, having said that, I have fun with seduction, because you can seduce other rival leaders' wives and stuff, and sometimes that's pretty fun. It kind of, if he finds out about the affair, if this king finds out about the affair, then he gets a negative modifier called cuckold, and he really hates you. He often becomes your rival, so it's kind of interesting. So, I guess let's continue on. So, I shall bring my seduction skills to bear on Chief Isabel until I have her wrapped around my little finger. She will be mine. So, I was actually doing some more reading about Kanakta, because I was just actually kind of curious about more about it. But anyways, hold on that thought. Some careful placed words where they can easily be overheard by notorious gossips could be more effective than a love letter. Chiefess Isabel must have gotten my message, for I found a lock of her hair wrapped in silk with her personal seal in my chambers today. Ha! I shall have her! Play the next one. So, as I said yesterday when I was talking about my brief history of Ireland, okay, so I sent Isabel a beautiful necklace, and she had her room covered with wildflowers. The gambit seems to have paid off, for I found a magnificent new saddle with her embossed seal in the stables today. That's a pretty clear symbolism, I'll say. Yeah. She wants to be ridden. So, alright, Atorabor and his wife have arrived in from Occitania, which is, I think is... I want to say it's near Spain. Their performances range from vulgar satires to political cervantes, and everything in between, including song and poems and courtly love. Let's see, I remember those two who came from last year, so I bond with this dude, my spy master, or they will be paid well, and I gain charitable. I think it's better to have a better relationship with my spy master than to have charitable as a trait, so I'm going to say that. So, yes, I keep on getting interrupted by my attempts to teach history here. So let's see, the journal to the court of Chief Dumal of Ticonal was dreary, but I managed to chance upon Isabel alone in the kitchen, She came down from her usual late snack. We talked and laughed for hours. I could tell she's attracted. Hoping I read her correctly, I needed to whisper into her ear. So I can confess my love, say she's like a naive romantic, make a lewd suggestion, bet that she's experienced, or I can quote poetry at her. So, judging by the fact that she has a high learning, I'm going to quote love poetry. Oh, she backed away from me, blushing and stammering something about being sorry before rush off. Well, I could stop the chase here, so I don't have the patience for this, or the virtue is strong for this one. I'm going to continue on my little adventure. So, going back to Connachta. So, it's kind of an interesting history. Like I said before, like, the name O'Connor comes from Connachta. So let's see, the journey to... Alright, so I go there. So, obviously love poetry didn't work. Let's see. She's lustful. So, let's make a lewd suggestion. Wow! She did not like that one either. Interesting. Let's hope she still likes me, because sometimes if you do it too often, she'll like get a negative opinion of you. But okay, maybe not. Let's see. Made sure to attend a minor event at the blah blah blah. Hopes of seducing of Chiefess Isabel, but despite my best attempts, she remains unimpressed. I need more practice. Yes, I do need more practice. So, let's see. Master has brought me the finished sword. There is no engravings or precious metals to enhance it. The design has some degree of elegance of its own. Looking pretty is not her main purpose anyway. So, I'll get to the sword in a second. The journey to the court. Okay, so these ones didn't work, so let's try Confess My Love. Maybe she'll like it then. I sure know how to control a woman. Yeah, after the third attempt. Colla. Jesus. Isabel and I spent the night making sweet illicit love in her bed. I snuck off in the wee hours of the morning, leaving the court clueless. Quote unquote. I mean, ... I hope. So, I can leave her and just be like, okay, whatever, I'm done. Or I can let the love grow and she'll become a lover. And I'll do that. And this is where you look at relations. So, friends are people that you have 100% with. Oh, what happened there? Okay. And rivals are people that have a negative 100 with you. Marriage ties, basically people related by marriage. And then you have the lovers section right over here. So, if you take on too many lovers, you get stressed because you have to hide them. So, alright, my chancellor apparently died or something. So let's see what happened. Or he probably died. I just need to find a new one. So, he is the best choice. Let's have him continue to make better relations because these guys still don't like me. See, a lot of them don't like me because I'm cruel. So, yeah, like giving another brief little history thing. Trying to go back to talk about Connachta. Oh wait, before I do that. Sorry, I'm like all over the place today. You go to this little thing, this treasury right here. This is added from the latest expansion pack. And you can get all sorts of good stuff. Like you can get religious relics, and they give you a boost to your piety each month. Or like you can get these swords made, and it gives you a monthly prestige, and it gives you a bonus to martial combat skills, etc. And it goes to it will be basically passed down in your family. So yay, the Earth Hill Fort has been built. The Connachta tribe. So, yeah. Going back to a little bit of the reading I was doing about the Connachta tribe. Okay. I'll let me just finish this thought real quick. So, anyways, what's really interesting about the Connachta tribe is that the Connachta is that it basically means the people of Con, and Con, they are like the descendants of this Irish legionary hero named Con of 1,000 battles. So guess what he was known for? and that's why it's called the Connacht, the land of the people of Colin. And also, if you go back more in there basically is nothing to really to back this up, but in Irish legend, there was these Irish people called the Affable, and they left Ireland and they ended up somewhere like near Greece or something like that, and eventually they came back and they defeated like the indigenous people there, and they took over. But then the Tonan Didanan, which were basically the gods, quote unquote, came by and they basically pushed them to Connacht. So that's that was just the brief reading I did over lunch this morning. I mean, this at lunchtime at work. And I just found that really interesting. But that's all. But like that's the mythological history of the area. Yeah. So, anyways, going back to whatever just popped up here. Yesterday I found a book and read it for a while, and then I put it somewhere and went for a walk in the garden, vaguely thinking I should get back to it later. Today I found the book again, but I couldn't remember what it was about, so I started reading again. I am content with my life. Someone in your court thinks you should be more ambitious. Aw, someone thinks I should be more ambitious. There are people who think I should be more ambitious and find something to strive for. Leave me alone! You're so mean! My, like, second cousin twice removed or whatever. Just for that, I'm getting you married. Jesus, there's like no... Fine. It seems my diligence with Chief Isabel has resulted in a child. Fortunately, Chief Domal thinks that little Marion is his. Well, that sucks for him. So, this happens sometimes when you have you're doing your little seduction game. And, sometimes they figure it out. But other times, sometimes this happens where they have no idea that the child is not theirs. Sometimes a high enough ranking spy master will uncover it and use it as blackmail, and if they find out, they'll get angry at you. So, well, he lost some piety, but that's all right. Let's see, arrange marriage. Wow. Fineshta Emon Tamoltakt is now legal age. He became a skilled tactician. Well, that's good for him. Oh yeah, I also did a little more reading on... Ooh, who died? Oh well. At the age of 66, Vartok Uavarinai died attending to chamber business. He died of diarrhea. Sad. I also did some reading on this Uavarinai, clan here. So, this is basically Old Bryn. I'm not sure if it's... I don't think it's supposed to be Brian, but, because they're the O'Briens that... You know, people whose last name is O'Brien, they're actually descended from the same clan as Brian Boru. So, but it might be from, like, a similar name. And, oh, wonderful, somebody seeks to kill somebody. So, like, finishing this thought real quick. So apparently these people were descended from another mythical Irish, hero. It's the same with the O'Neills. They're descended from Niall of the Nine Hostages. I think it's not. Yeah, it's Nine Hostages. And this was supposedly his brother. So they're kind of technically related. I can't remember which name it was, but there was a history of, two Irish clans were fighting over who was descended from a certain Irish hero. Like, they had a war over it. Like, they're saying the other ones were fake, you're just making it up. And they actually went to war. It's kind of like, I almost want to say, it kind of reminds me of the fighting between modern Greece and Macedonia when it comes to Alexander the Great. It's like, no, he was Macedonian. No, he was Greek. And people kind of fight over that. But it's not, I don't think it's this one. I know it's kind of like went off on a major tangent, but anyways. So since I have automatically stop plots, up here, this guy wanted to kill this dude, but I stopped it. So if it doesn't go away, that means they're very much like bent on killing that person, and there's no way you can talk them out of it. So anyways, can I seduce my wife? I guess not. Ooh, she's brainy. I'm gonna seduce this brainy woman right here. So, this is another genetic trait, which is genius, which gives you a whole lot of bonuses. So it's really nice if you can actually like have children with the genius trait, because it'll get there's a chance that it'll be passed down. So let's see. Some carefully. Ha! I shall have her. Oh, she's attracted. That's great. All right. So, says she's shy, so I'm kind of hesitant. Let's quote love poetry. Ugh. Of course, no one likes my poetry. That's frustrating. I'm just gonna spread his seed all through the Emerald Isle. A temporary setback. Hey, she was attracted. It's not fair. Oh. I gotta continue doing this. Oh, my wife is pregnant. That's awesome. Actually. I'm curious. Because the fact that he only has one child at 44, that's probably not good. She's feisty. I love a good challenge. Alright. Someone had a son. Good for them. Alright. Jeez. Dubdil. Demire. Sconade. Myrtle. Lan. Iben. That's Iben. I will not give up. God, this guy's an asshole too. Let's see. She seemed into it. I don't know what's going on now. She must have really hated my poetry. I guess he only has a 5. I'm gonna keep on trying. Finally, okay. She got the saddle. Ugh. Okay, so she didn't like that. Let's confess my love. That's lit. Alright, so what just popped up here is One Child Lacks a Guardian. So, to explain what this means, this is actually pretty important and also very much about the strategy here. So, in the Middle Ages, one thing that would commonly happen is you'd have your child fostered out. Usually it was to form better relations with either vassals in your kingdom or with neighboring kingdoms. So you can also take care of your child as well, but you can only have 2 wards at a time. But it's better to have other people's children. because you can influence them. So that's one thing that's important to realize when you are finding a suitable guardian for somebody, for a child. So basically will directly influence whoever you assign to be the guardian of that child. What their abilities, there's a chance of them being transferred onto them. I mean, their traits rather, not their abilities, their traits. So like the envious, the lustful, the content, or whatever. So one thing, that's one thing you have to consider. And also, people like when you assign your children to be the guardian of, like they consider it like a sign of trust. So they tend to like you a little bit better if you assign your child to maybe somebody who doesn't really like you very much. So something to consider. So looking at Mare, it looks like she has a very high intrigue for some reason. So it might be a good idea to assign her somebody who has also a high intrigue. So it's this lady right here. So I'll assign her. And usually when I kind of do it both the same time, I usually try to find a betrothal for them. So, wow. Also, one thing when you're trying to marry off your children, remember that the women stop having babies around age 45. So, I would suggest that you don't marry them to somebody that that is younger than them. Because like by the time that child comes of age and you can marry them, she's already lost like 5 good baby years. I know it sounds really horrible, like it sounds like totally sexist and old-fashioned, but that's just how this game plays. So, I mean, you could go with a 5-year-old, but do I have any? I guess she's not close enough. I can't form an alliance. But it's let's see. That's good to have. Let's have her be married off to this baron. Now, when you do this part, like once again, it's like you, depending on what their rank is, you can get prestige from marrying into different houses. You can also do matrilineal marriages, which means that any child that comes from this union will it will fall to the daughter's dynasty. Sometimes see they don't like that, so I'm not too worried about her because she is not she's just a she's a kinsman. She's not like a close relative. So I'll send that. Your wisdom is legendary. All right. Let's see how this goes. Oh! Now I'm unmarried. So a daughter. Another daughter was born. Let's name it after the mother that just died. So. Let's find a new wife. Oh, I just saw one. That's perfect. Okay, so she's Frankish. And this means I'll get a non-aggression pact if I marry her, which is very helpful. And sometimes I can also form an alliance, and from that alliance I can they can send troops if I enter a war or something like that. The only thing I get hesitant about that is that since she's Frankish, it's going to take a while for the troops to get there. So, where is she? I just missed her. So. So she's arrived in my court. And she likes me okay. Let's send her a gift. She'll like me more. So, See, that's the little small kingdom where she's from. And if he sends his troops, he has to send them way over here, and they have to get over here. So I get kind of hesitant trying to expect troops from that person, because it'll take him a while to get here and any sort of war, and by then I can probably already lost the war. But this is how you do it. Let's see, he could form an alliance. He will not form an alliance with me, for some reason. My lovely young wife, Latsuinda, has expressed her boredom several times in several ingenious ways. The court is boring, hunting is boring, embroidery is boring, her ladies-in-waiting are boring, and she wants me to make the boredom go away. So, fine, I'll humor you. Honey, I have obligations I must take care of. Well, I can make her like me more, so fine, why not? I'm curious, let's see. Ooh, she's the spy master. And she's pregnant. Yep, there we go. I was just thinking about it. Oh, okay. So here's another lesson here. So vassals, especially, like, I don't have any other vassals to worry about because I only have this one little kingdom. But this is the guy that's in charge of the church town. And if he will only give me gold if he likes me more than the Pope. So, like, if I gave him money, like, let's see what happens. Only 20, so it still wouldn't be enough. And that's the same thing, like, when you have vassals down here, they will only give you taxes if they like you, so you need to have them in a positive. But we're not at that point yet, so. Okay, the iconoclastic last faith. God, I can't talk. Iconoclast, faith triumphant. The adherents of the Orthodox faith have steadily dwindled to the point where the iconoclast believers are in the majority. This new state of affairs has reduced the Orthodox faith to de facto heresy. All former Orthodox holy orders are now iconoclast. Those bickering fools do not concern me. But that's interesting. So, yeah, every time I see iconoclast, I think of the Simpsons episode, Lisa the Iconoclast. Oh, but Jebediah Springfield, turned out he was Jebediah Sprungfeld. Well, he was an old dude. So, son was born to this dude. That's right. Well, I kind of liked Math McGonan. Nuadu. Tigrenon. I like that because it's like, we could say, Eye of the Tigrenon. Man, I hope I play him someday. Just so I could say, it's the Eye of the Tigrenon. Cream of the fight. It's up to the challenge of our rivals. Well, there's a lot of sevens up there. 7-7, 7-7-7. And yay! I'm in the positive prestige. That makes me happy. Your Marshal, Treperit, has initiated a mass recruitment drive in Connacht. Good. Good. Let's get our little O'Connors running over to the O'Neills and have them beat up each other as soon as my claim comes out. Alright, so another wonderful... 2 children lack a guardian. Oh, one of them's my daughter. So this is the one where I kind of sort of care. Aw. Sad. Come on. You may be a Marla Hooch, but I still love you. My sweet little daughter. Ooh. Ooh! That's a good match right there. Look at that prestige. This is the king, the son of the king, and the heir of the kingdom of Hickland. So that is going to be a yes. But while we do that, let's assign a guardian to her. So let's make her chancellery. Make her very good at talking. And then the second one. Let's make her a steward, because it looked like to be pretty high, so that's the steward. And I'll marry her off. Oh. Sure, that looks good to me. Oh, at least my daughter married well. She may be a Marla Hooch, like I said, but Marla Hooch still had a beautiful love story, and I'm sure she'll find that in Pickland. Oh. Sorry, I got a bunch of... So, let's see. Oh, my Chancellor died. Let's fabricate a claim. Alright, so this dude needs a guardian. Let's make him a warrior. So let's marry him off as well. Sure. No, he's incapable. Ooh, he has dysentery. That's not good. I'll give it to him for now. Alright. Let's see. Oh my god, how is he getting so many people? I hope to get that. Ooh, Chief Isabel. So, both these children are mine. Man, I kind of feel bad for them. Alright, so who needs a guardian? Let's see, so... Spy Master, Range Guardian... Actually, I gotta see what this King of Scotland, or King of Pickland, sorry, is like. Ooh! He's an upstanding lad. Look at that. He's gregarious, he's honest, and he's brave. He has everything that is great for a knight. For a good Scottish lad. Of course, he's not Scottish yet, he's Pickish. Whatever. Alright, let's see. Oh, you're lustful too. I'm gonna seduce you as well. You can tell I have way too much fun with the seduction trait. I don't know. It's fun. So let's see what comes out of that. Oh, see, like I said, having many lovers is exciting, fulfilling, so much love, so much desire, but so little time. So... opinion of me. What? Ooh. Okay. We already had 2 kids. I think that's enough. I'll break up with her. There we go. Ooh. $9.79. call from my physician at once. I'll send her a gift. It's like, hey, no hard feelings, right? She's like, you're right. Need more practice. Alright. The catalyst mysteriously disappeared from herds all over my land. Luckily, my bailiff found the rustlers, so I have some chances. The cattle has been returned no sanctions needed. Okay, whatever. Thievery is punished by cutting off the hands. So this gives me a bonus to intrigue, but negative 10 opinion. My opinion, people's opinions of me are not that great right now, so. Actually. Yeah. Whew. Yeah, it's not that great. Another day I would have spared their lives, not today. It gives me a negative 0.05 to prestige. But it gives me monthly piety. Well, that's kind of weird. The cold, darkest cell is reserved for scum like these. Let's send them to the cells. I'll take the extra piety. I need another tactic. That's really weird. She's a craven, elusive shadow. Flirt with her discreetly. Despite never getting a chance to be alone, I do believe my winning personality has impressed her. Let's see. Make a lewd suggestion. Let our love grow. Let's see what happens there. Actually, I'm checking technology. See, nothing is growing in technology. Aww. Wow. That's oh, looks like he's actually gained. Oh man. He moved in and got. Well, I think what happened is like this happened to me last time. Let's see. Aw, that's too bad. Oh, now I feel bad. So sometimes you, depending on what actions you do, sometimes you can gain titles. So the one of my lovers got the unfaithful, but notice how I didn't get that. These are sucky times. But anyways, like I was saying, I started off as this province in the other game I'm working on, or like one I talked about, how the Avars control Scotland, and they're slowly turning like this entire area. Everyone has the little Russian hats now, and like to the Avar culture. But I started here and ended up inheriting all this through marriages. So it might be best to look at a different person to fight with. See, I'm still kind of. That really sucks. 400. Yeah. I have no idea how the hell he has that many. I need to get like an inheritance. Heh! See, there we go. Cluckholded. He's zealous too. Oh, I feel so bad now. There was a way I could actually, like, you could find out. Oh yeah, that's right. So, I could see what other people score the characters' opinions and how they feel towards everybody else. See, Selbach. Unfaithful harlot. Well, he likes the fact that she's pregnant. Probably because at this time period, that's only a woman's only good for that. But unfaithful harlot. Oh, and he loves her. Oh, I'm such a homewrecker. The huge intellect, though her she skillfully dodged the attentions of every boy in gray beard at court. I have her blushing furiously whenever I gaze into her eyes. Seduced, wrapped around my finger, this sharp lass can be very useful. Let's see. Yeah, I will do this. Yeah, I'm an adulterer. Do you hate me? Ooh. This is doing such a good job of her not knowing. Whatever. How long does she feel that way? So 10 years. Having more children with everybody else. This is, probably not a good thing. Let's see if I can. Alright. I'll take her as a concubine. Let's get some... Maybe I can get like a... That sucks. Alright. Well. Helith. Wow, these are like all Welsh names. Let's do Gwenfrey, we. Let's just acknowledge her. Alright, so this is what happens when you have a bastard that you cannot hide is yours. I could legitimize her, but that means that, like, the daughters will hate me for 40 months. I mean, for 12 months, rather. So... it also pisses off the husband of Lady Ankarad. But it basically means that every child that, like, if she married matrilineally, they become part of the dynasty. If I acknowledge her as mine, I can still marry her off and form alliances. So, but every child that comes from her, it basically has no claim to the throne. So, and I can denounce the child, and she'll have no acknowledgement, but I'll acknowledge her as mine, but I won't. It's better to legitimize sons than it is to daughters, because sons, you can, they can carry on your line. Well, usually when you marry the daughter off, it doesn't work that way, so I'll just acknowledge her. Anything special about her? Ooh. Ooh, she's weak. A small army of warriors have converged on the Kanakta tribe, ready to serve me. I just make sure to have someone to fight within a year, lest they become troublesome. That makes me sad. So, yeah, I'll make a cameo of myself. So maybe she'll like me more? She's deeply in love. She's like, I love you, but I hate you. I hate you so much, you unfaithful lecher. I mean, that's all fair, and I acknowledge the bastard. This is all fair reasons to hate my character. Hate the king that I'm currently controlling. Like, there is nothing wrong with how she feels. She's basically like Catelyn Stark. She's just like, I don't want to look at that bastard child, but I still love you, Ned, so much. Um, if she only knew. If she only knew. Oh man, I gotta think of what to do with these dudes. They could cause problems. Yep, I need more prestige. I need money and prestige. Oh yeah, so this panel over here, there's a lot more stuff you can do with. So this like gives me the terrain, which I like looking at. This is the realms. So like this, our realm is like Ireland. This is diplomatic relations. I have no allies. Religions, everyone's freaking Catholic, because that's what it was at the time. Cultures. So the Irish. You kind of, yeah. Oh, that sucks. Have become disillusioned by my effeminate pacifism, have gone home in disgust. No, I'm busy being a man, sleeping with all the women in the realm, so you can go elsewhere. But yeah, anyways, looking up here, you can see where like there's the blend. Like this is the. Oh, how did the Welsh get up there? Okay, so this sometimes happens, and you're gonna have to decide. So he claims that he's a better chancellor than Sinead. Sinead? So, yeah, he has a 10, and he has a 7. So usually what I do is I give him some gold if I'm going to get rid of him. Be like, here, here's some gold, but he's now my new chancellor. Sorry about that, dude. I know it's rough. Alright, so this comes up saying that there is an idle council member. So he's... I don't know. So, I don't know, maybe we'll try doing something different. Let's... fabricate claim here. So, yeah. So, like going back over here, so we have cultures, economy, tax income. How did you get like 30 gold? Jesus. That's rough. De jure duchies. So these are like the duchies you can hold. They're like different colors. I haven't had a chance to really talk about that because I haven't been put in a position where you can make new new duchies. Anyway, so a kinswoman. Ooh. Oh, that was the concubine. Yep. So let's name after the grandfather. Fergus. Yeah, that sounds good. His name is Fergus. So now I fulfilled the ambition to have a son, which is good, because now he's like really old. He really is like dirty old man. So let's do gives prestige. I'll just do this for now. So I have to find a guardian for this person. Yeah, sure. Let's. See if I can actually marry her off. Now I'm having the opposite problem. Remember when there were like all kids? Now it's like, what? Now it's like all old people. Should probably try marrying them off to people in this kingdom. That's what I should probably start doing. Decided to put his corpse on trial. Wow. That must have been really, 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 really smelly and disturbing. So let's see. The long list of crimes do not put them in good light. So what would I carry above? Lose prestige. I don't want to do that. It'll pay for their embarrassment. Such crimes will not go unpunished. I kind of want him to like me, so let's do that. Can arrange a betrothal with somebody? Oh, that sucks. Why does nobody want to, like, marry my children? I'm gonna do this. So let's do realm. Irish. Ooh, he's like really old. Well, I could do this. That gives me a defensive pact. It's a hunchback, but you know, hey, that's okay. Let's see. Oh. Said he was Irish! Well, I guess he kinda is. But still, that's actually a good place to be. As you can see, he has a lot of troops. So I can actually go to war now. Let's see, can I form an alliance with him? No, he won't accept a proper alliance. Alright, so 15. Aw. 12. He's a genius. Let's arrange a marriage real quick with him. I guess I can't. Well, let's give him some gold. She is now my new spy master. She's probably gonna kill me now. Yeah, I could see that. That's definitely very accurate. My marriage to Latsunina has evolved into unending torment of bitter arguments and fury rows. I would be depressed, but my lover, Silgwen, just suggested that we retire to the countryside for a few days of carefree romance and passion. Let's do it! So, actually, this is when it's kind of a good idea to sign Guardian. So I'll sign my daughter, who just turned 6. I think we wanted her. So, like, since they're both Irish, I don't have to worry about cultures being imprinted on her, so... But it's kind of a good... It helps relationships. So, yes. I want technology, so let's have her over here to do some technology stuff. What do I click on? Okay, so it's de jure kingdoms, de jure empires, revolt risk. Oh, looks like we're pretty good. Nobody's gonna revolt. Dynasties. I can make this work. Jesus. Alright. 20. Yeah. Court chaplain. Oh yeah, another thing, if I decide to do the Holy Fever or whatever it is, build Zeal, and it gives you holy warriors, they can only attack countries that are of a different religion than you. So I can't just get a bunch of people and invade the neighboring if we're both Catholic. So tough luck for that. Opinions? Yeah. Yeah, of course he hates. Everyone in Desmond hates Kanakta. Everyone else is like, over here. That's fine. But everyone kind of, they're okay with me mostly over here. And, direct vassals. Trade zones. No trade zones. Governments. Defensive pacts. Well, the marriage hasn't happened yet, so... Epidemics. There are no epidemics. Also some stuff down here that's pretty neat, like Open Chronicle. I'll just show this real quick. So this basically tells the history. You can actually export this. And it talks about the firstborn son being born, and it also has stuff like several people in Kanakta spoke of seeing strange shapes dancing in the moon. In Kanakta, the people celebrated the benevolent rule of Chief Colla, even though he's such a dirty old man. So, but yeah, you can export that, and it's kind of neat to see. That's the main menu. The ledger kind of gives you information. Go to home province. So these are kind of neat. You can also custom your map, so I guess you could write like... So you can actually, like, fiddle around with it. There's also these messages over here. I got, like, low priority messages. High priority messages is just, like, what's been popping up over and over again. This kind of gives me everything else, so... I'm also gonna look at family tree. Look at all the children's. Can I take a concubine over here? Alright. He's like, I thought you gave up on that man. Nope. Nope. He realized one, but he didn't want to believe that it was a second one. Like, this one was like, oh no, this one could probably has my eyes, I think. Maybe. I hope. So anyways, I kinda, let's see. I'll just give an example of what could happen, so. So let's say, who's he betrothed to? Oh, 1 second. It's Ablin. So. Sometimes they won't take it. Ah, well. I am content with my life. People just don't like the fact that he's ambitious. He just wants to read books, have lots of sex, and be cruel to people, and eat all the time. That's all he wants. That's it. He's a very simple man. Sorry, I was a little thirsty there. Ah. So, is there anything I can build yet? I don't think there is, but I'm gonna check. Ugh. I need 300 prestige. And this one I need, they're 176.2. Or. Oh, my marshal died. That's sad. He died doing chamber business. A lot of people die of diarrhea in this kingdom. I don't know what it is. So, I guess it's this dude. Oh, he's shy. He's a skilled tactician, but he's really shy. And paranoid. Kinda goes hand in hand. Maybe he's shy because he's paranoid. I don't know. Actually, I just realized what I could have done. What I should have done is I should have organized a raid party. But I have to wait. Yeah. Till November. Until November, I will do a raid. I'll organize a raid. I'll show you how that works. And it's good. It's good to get money. Because that kind of sucks up there. 0.2 gold. La 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 la. So, I think of some other random history, but Ireland I can talk about. Well, I talked about Meath before, and I find it really interesting that, like, there's this place called Tara, where it's, like, in pagan times, it was where kings would go and get married to the earth, like hippies would do today, and then it basically became where they'd crown kings, later. But the funny part is if you look at it, it's like almost in the exact center of the island. It's kind of amazing. it's like somebody was just like, hey, why don't we have someone walk from here, have somebody walk from right here, and then somebody walk from right here, one right here, and wherever they meet in the middle, that's where it will be. But there's actually like a mountain there, so that's probably why. I kind of want to go there. When I have been to Ireland, and I went to Galway, which is like right here, and it was kind of amazing. Galway was a very amazing place. I would recommend it. I part of the reason why I decided to go to Galway because I was traveling by myself, so I was trying to research a place that was safe. And I thought about going to Dublin, but then like when I was doing research, there was a lot of Irish people were like, "Don't if you want to go to Ireland and witness Ireland, don't go to Dublin," and because it's more like a European city, like it's not Irish. So when somebody asked like, "What is the most Irish city you can think of to actual Irish people?" they said Galway. So I went to Galway, and it was pretty safe, and it was really awesome, and it was very, very Irish. Okay, yay! My angry wife. They had angry sex. Hopefully they made up. And now she's pregnant. Hooray! Prestige. But it's kind of interesting. Like, I feel like there are these cities in different countries. Ooh, small kitty. I will allow the kitty to follow me home. Because that's awesome. Oh. So he should be... let's build prestige. I need a new court physician. I'd rather have the brainy dude. So, alright, so... Oh. Must have died. That's too bad. Actually, let's get married to this dude. Let's pause for a second. And then... Well, first. Alright, so I just married that person off. Name Fergus. That's gonna be fun. Let's see, I can name it after the grandfather. So once again, this is another... he's Irish, but he's like kind of up here. Let's assign a guardian to this dude. There you go. But yeah, anyways, going back to my original point about Dublin, how they say it's another European city. I kind of feel that way about New York. Like, I think New York is a great city and it's awesome and it's fun to visit. And I know people who live there and they love it. But I still feel like New York is not really like it's a slice of America, but it kind of feels like one of those global cities, like London or Paris or Berlin. It's just like these cities that like they have a piece of whatever country they're in, but for the most part they are international cities that they kind of belong to the world. And I think that's kind of the point with Dublin, saying it's just like any other European city. Of course, I'm sure if you go there, it's I've never been, but you know, like there's definitely parts of it that are Irish. I know that there's northern and southern Dublin from what I was trying to pick up. Like, I guess like when I'm writing a character in the story that speaks like with a certain accent, I want to get a cadence, so I can figure out how to write dialogue. So I was listening to different dialects of Ireland, and it seems to me like apparently like there is the northern Dublin and the southern Dublin accent, and it was really funny because there's the one that just sounds like so incredibly Irish, and the other one's like snooty. I'm so snooty, I'm practically English, like kind of thing, and it's just kind of funny. Anyways, Chief Colla of Connacht fulfilled the ambition to see the realm prosper. Yay! So now I have these last two choices. Becoming the King of Ireland is probably not gonna happen. That's gonna, like, especially with this dude when he's 55, that's like a long-term goal that's gonna be over several generations. So let's, I guess, amass wealth, which I don't think is gonna happen either. I just realized he got a title. Chief Colla the Affable. I bet people say that sarcastically, like, here comes Chief Colla the Affable, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. You. Ah, that's so funny. I wonder. Let's seduce her. One last time. Seduce a random lady. Oh, yay! Wife is pregnant. Temporary setback. Oh, I wonder if he has any concubines. Oh! That's not good. You loses the stress trait. Yay! Alright, so it looks like some coins were missing. I guess I'll question him. Yeah, that's kind of sucks, dude, but you know. Ha! I shall have her. York. Let's marry. So my daughter got married, that's awesome. I take another. He needs more children that are not. Oh, that's interesting. See, she's possessed. Sometimes that happens if they're insane, or it also can happen if there is somebody of Lucifer's own that decides to mess with them. So, yeah, I guess time to move on. I'm not gonna press it. Darby. Wow. Alright. He came of legal age. Good for him. Wow, he's a afraid little boy. That's a nice beard. I don't know, I'm just kind of clicking around because I need more children. This hasn't been going as well as I hoped. Alright. I guess that's fine. I have an heir now, so that's good. Wow. That's an interesting name. Alright, so let's see, what is he good at? What do we want to? Well, since I think everyone wants to know how the fighting goes, let's make him a martial person, so assign guardian. Actually. Yeah. I'm going to assign guardianship, my son, to you. Alright. I gotta find somebody. That's probably a good one right there. A little Welsh lady. I do not tolerate any cravenness of my court. I despise the scare eyes of one of the couriers and the way they very shy away from me and everything scary. There must be a way to cure the courier of his own cowardice, but how? Do you pretend to push them off walls? Aw, it's this dude. Aw. I will scare the courtier in the middle of the night. 50% chance of getting depressed. So. Dislike. Just because I tried to scare him straight. Oh, look, I have a lot of prestige now, so I can actually buy something. So let's do training grounds. I have a pet cat. I have a pet cat on my lap right now. Isn't that right, kitty? You're my pet cat. If you heard meowing, that's her. That never cracks. That won't stop cracking me up. Chief Colla, the Affable, and Evelyn. That's her, right? Yeah. I lost. All right. They can be friends. Martha. What's her name? Oh, Daphne the Unfaithful. Yeah, let's name her Martha. Oh, that's not good. Developing smallpox? No! I just barely begun to live! At least I have a bunch of children now, so that's good. And it's a decent number. Oh, okay, so Bishop Kuken Matar kept you up late for days, stargazing to him, to reconnect with the moon, he said. And it actually worked. I didn't know that cured smallpox. But, this is actually a good, like, number of children. 2 boys, so they won't, like, go too crazy fighting each other. And then a bunch of girls to marry off for alliances. Ah! I have gout! Alas! Oh, that kinda sucks. Has come to see you to offer treatments of the illness. He explains there are several types. We'll perform an experimental treatment. The outcome of this treatment can be extreme. The risk of this treatment will vary depending on the I don't want to gain Craven because I just tried to scare some people into not being Craven, so I'm not sure if I trust this guy with my life in his hands. I'm gonna say, as long as you know what you're doing. I am happy with my life. I have feared for Claudia's sanity. She has not been herself lately. To help ease her problems, I made her join me in the garden to relax and just talk about where she needs to head in life. Sounds like I do not know much of medicine, but perhaps he's onto something. He's asked for some money. Sure. Wow. So Bishop Kudla Susan Mater brought a croaking bucket to your chambers and told you to expose your upper body. He grabbed a toad, gutted it with a deft hand, and proceeded to place the still twitching carcass on your chest. Susan Mater continued until the bucket was empty and your torso was covered. Probably should have agreed to this. Wow, that that didn't make me feel good at all. I don't think I'm gonna get any more. So I could do, let's see, seek treatment for illness. This will bring me to the intrigue screen, like I said. So you can click on this beautiful seek treatment, and that'll. So this time, let's do my life is in your hands. Haha! Haha! Presented you with a potion of the most peculiar sorts. Had neither no odor, no taste, and possesses the appearance of liquid silver. The metallic potion was easily enough to ingest, and you could understand why this was a risky treatment option. Probably because it was freaking mercury. And you're probably gonna die soon. All her children are basically mine. I just find that hilarious. Yes. Where is she from? Oh, she's from Lombard. Why does she hate me? Last time. Oh, I didn't know I was in a defensive pact. Curious. Ooh, he'll form an alliance with me. I gotta see, will he form an alliance with me? Yes. So now I have alliances. Probably see, maybe he'll form an alliance with me now. Oh. So I just made a bunch of alliances. So, you gotta keep them happy. So, like, if they call you into war, you have to answer, at least raise your levies. Or else they'll get pissed at you and they'll dislike you. But when you call them into war, they will dislike you as well. They'll get upset with you. They'll take a negative modifier. So it's good to keep them happy. Send them money when you can and fun stuff like that. So oh my god, I like most of these children are mine. I just find that so funny. Gained 100 prestige. There is no matter of increasing the church's opinion of me or teaching me to become more pious man than my court chaplain, Susan Mater. Yeah, I need to talk to the church. Teach me to be a pious man. That's kind of a really weird thing for this character, so I'm gonna say, just put in a good word for me, dude. See, like how I was stuck at 400 for a while, how many troops I had, but now it's rising. That's because I built that training ground. I managed to. Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful, honey. You did that all while you were pregnant, too. So I got like 50 economic points, but not enough to advance anything. So since she finished that, I should probably bring her home and have her do something else. Let's build a spy network. Alright. Well, it's good. Everyone likes me now. She's no longer really angry at me. You know, like I said, she had every right to be angry. Every right. There's a fight going on there. The Gwyneth Revolt. He's really getting old. Daughter was born. Well, let's give her a random name. Ilbrick. Come on. Devessa. Ardub. Garb. Yeah, I'm sure this is going to be really exciting to see me go through all these names. Mariod. Samanthan. Samantan. Probably that's how it's probably pronounced. I don't know. I need to look all that up. this is all good. Like, mostly daughters and 2 sons, like I mentioned before, but these, I think they have different. I think they have different mothers too. So he's the child of a concubine, and he's the legitimate son. They probably have a very interesting relationship growing up, because I'm pretty sure little Fergus is probably like, I'm the oldest, and I'm awesome. I'm going to be the chief. And Otakar is probably like, well, I'm the first wife, so I'm obviously better than you. And they probably have an argument where he's just kind of like, well, you look like an albino, and he's all like, well, you probably have no soul because you're a ginger, and he's like, you take that back, you take it back now, and then eventually they'll probably have to go into some crazy adventure, like they have to go to war together against the O'Neills up north, and then they were like, you know what? It doesn't matter about our relationship because we both hate the O'Neills, and we shall bond over that fact. Half brother, I love you, half brother. And then I don't know, one of them will get like an arrow shot through the eye, and you'd be like, ah, we just made up, and that'll be the story of these 2 brothers, and that's I'm kind of silly like that. Huh! Huh! Whoa! Who killed her? Onkard. Who was Onkard? Oh my god, who was her? That's... wow. Which one was she? Oh, her. Wow. I should probably break up with her. If she's gonna kill somebody, that's probably, Oh, and she was nice. I don't think she was one of my lovers, but still, that's... wow. So I could technically claim this county in Lombardy, but I could definitely not take on 2,000 troops. So that's kind of awesome. But all right, so like one of these shields that comes up, this one is particularly a weak claim, can be pressed, but in parentheses, the person on who you can press that claim for. So if I went to war, the person who would inherit it would be Julia Mayonigi, who is she married one of the like cousins. So she became an underhanded rogue. Wow, very interesting. So let's get her married. Oh yeah, that's right. Just have one. I've had her for a while. And most of these children are mine. I find that hilarious. Oh man, he's attractive. So we go. My daughter got married. It's so sad. The earth shook, the people screamed, and buildings cracked. A cloud of foul-smelling air swept over the villages, making torches and fires burn bright green for several hours. It took a couple days repairing the cracked building and salvaging items from a few older houses that collapsed. Luckily, everyone escaped unharmed. I slowly walked through the city, examining the buildings and noting what remained to be repaired, when an exciting peasant approached me. Without bothering with formalities, he told me about the giant crack in the ground just outside his farm. He wanted me to come and inspect it, and perhaps determine what should be done about it. So, I can totally ignore this, get negative piety, general opinion, and I get slothful. Or I can go the... I still lose piety. An official opinion. Let's just go. I mean, you only live once. Let's go see the gates of hell. Oh! My chancellor has been murdered! That was horrible! See, that kind of happens. Alright. The foul smell has swept over the city. The day the earth shook, slowly crept out on us, and I retched involuntarily. The wound that had burst open in the farmer's field spewed fire and brimstone, and we stopped, aghast at the sight. The flames and fiery stones threatened the bare ground around the gap. The farmer was lucky his fields lay fallow. I could be like, it's just a hole in the ground. Wow. I don't want to upset the peasants. I must take a look. Alright, let's pause before I find out what happens. I have a feeling my character's gonna die with that. Because I have no idea what that string will take me. So... I'm having no luck fabricating flames, so... I'm gonna improve relations for a little bit. I have a feeling this character's gonna die, so... It'll be a good place to stop the video if he dies. But who knows, he might end up getting something really super cool. So a cup barrier. You like me the least. Now let's see. The tormented souls of hell. Wailing, screams, and cries for help seemed to emanate from the burning gap. The farmer grew pale and refused to take one step further. I walked as close to the hellhole as I dared and tried to peek down. Apart from the occasional fiery stone and eyebrow-licking flame, I could see nothing. The wails and screams seemed to increase until it felt as my head would explode. I stumbled backwards, felt the ground shift beneath my feet, and would have fallen into the pit if the farmer hadn't grabbed my arm and pulled me away from it. It's just a hole, right? I need this gap closed now. There's a way to close the gap. Let's see where this takes me. Close the gates of hell. I gave the wisest men and women of my court 3 days to come up with a solution on how to close this gap that deemed to open the whole way to hell. Within 3 days, they had all thought of different solutions to the problem. Wow. This sounds like a Trump ultimatum. We gotta close this gate to hell. You have 3 days. 3 days. Let's see. Feed it cattle. I'm gonna guess exorcism. The priest walked several times around the gap, sprinkling holy water and chanting the words, Vade retro Santana, Vade retro Santana, avoiding the fiery stones and flames spewing from the gap as best he could. At the end of the third turn, he knelt and began praying. The only words to be heard was Vade retro Santana. I think that will work. One of two options will happen. 90% chance it might work. 10% chance that it may not work. This won't work. Well, I think that's a good chance. Let's see what happens. It didn't work! Ah! No! What will I do now? Alright, so the exorcism didn't work. Let's try filling it with stones. cartload of rocks and gravel were shoved into the gap while the workers desperately tried to stay clear of the flames and the fiery stones that seemed to increase in number. Screams of pain from the bottom of the pit affected the workers, and some refused to keep shoveling into gravel. I had to promise them that no one was trapped down there, but did not want anyone to descend into whatever madness the pit was. I guess. Keep shoveling? Wow! That worked. Huh. No more fiery stones and flames, no more wailing voices. Well, my marshal's pretty good now. Did they finish building over here? Maybe I can... Alright. Let's... build. Practice range. Now, one thing that's kind of good starting off as tribal in this game is the fact that, like I said, it's easier to raise prestige than it is to get gold, and the tribal holdings mostly cost prestige. There's a few examples that they don't. So when you switch over to feudal, how you do that is you have to, you go over adopt feudalism, but all the conditions, you have to have absolute tribal organization, capital holding, you have to have all these stuff, prerequisites first before you can. And but once you do that, it switches over the holding, and all those buildings will be upgraded. But any buildings you haven't built, you have to get gold in order to buy. You can't buy things with prestige anymore. So it's good to, before you get an opportunity to adopt feudalism, that you pretty much have built up your tribal cities. Alright, so, child lacks guardian. Alright. So he's pretty much turning into Mr. Moneybags, and he looks like he's becoming incredibly super sneaky. So let's assign. Actually, let's find somebody to marry first. Westmoreland. That's actually probably a good match right there. And then I could just send him. So let's do this. So sign Guardian. I'll sign my son. See, there's a chance he might become Anglo-Saxon. But like I said, I wanted to just show you what that could happen. So let's make him sneaky, and Revan of Caesarea. Let's see if that works. So let's look at Morris. So he's an administrator, fortune builder. He's also envious, proud, paranoid, and deceitful. That'll be interesting. Well, his guardian is a skilled tactician, a hedonist, but he's angry, deceitful, but he's very smart, charitable, he's cruel, and temperate. So it'll be really interesting to see how each of them develop into. They're both deceitful, and but it's funny because he's a hedonist, so he's probably gonna be like, "Boy, let's go out and get some. We'll start drinking some beer, You're 11 years old. You can handle this stuff. But he's already starting to pick up some of his traits. See, he has temperate, and I believe he had temperate. See? Doesn't look like... I don't know where he got the gregarious trait, though. He might have gotten it from me. Yep. He picked up that from dear old dad. Alright, my daughter. So... let's assign her a guardian. So that's not really... he is content with his life. Why is everyone trying to make him ambitious? He has simple wants. Oh, the Vikings! Oh, the Vikings are gonna suck. They tend to, they will raid you and steal your money, and it kinda sucks. So, anyways, let's look at what's available. He's weak, but he's the petty king of Huise. Whatever, how you pronounce that. Or I could marry her into the Anil family. I think I'm gonna do that. Of course, by the she's gonna be 26, but that's fine. That's perfectly okay. So what's going on over here? Okay, so I can seek treatment for my gout. That's still a problem. My life is in your hands. Oh, that sucks. I have one eye. Oh, I don't even get a an eye patch. That's lame. Oh, look what happens. Sometimes the game, it goes like this. I was going to explain a few things here. So you can build hospitals, which will help against epidemics, which you don't have to worry about. Epidemics. Trading posts to get more money. But that's only if you're a merchant republic. Man, that's foul. Martha. Alright. Let's make her marshal. Wow, I'm the best marshal or person in the kingdom. Ah. That'd be really creepy to marry her off to a 65-year-old Irish guy. Like my character is. Sorry, the allergies are really getting to me lately. I guess he's good. Ah, okay. And then my daughter. Aw, everyone has to love my cat. Oh, okay, so she needs to be a scholarly person, so let's assign a guardian to her. Scholarly. And let's marry her. See, this is again. Dear father-in-law, may you live in harmony and content. Request the honor, your obligation, and answer this call of arms against the King Castian of Pickland. Declining would cost us 260 prestige and might make us alliance breaker in the eyes of the world. If we accept, if you accept, we will be part of the Scottish Islander de jure war over. So, I don't want to be an alliance breaker because that's a harsh. That is a harsh penalty. That'll take a very long time to get rid of. So I'm going to accept. Because you never know. But first, let me marry off my daughter. That's more important. I'm trying to get some stuff close to home. So Irish. Ugh. It's 40 years old. That's a good one right there. Aw, he's shy and brave. That's adorable. I already am in love with this guy. Ethelred. Hopefully he's not Ethelred the Unready. That's why he's shy and brave. Alright, so this is a good example to show how to go to war. First you go to military, and this is from your enemies, this is from your vassals. You go bam, bam. So I have 500 and whatever troops, and I just want to go where there's fighting. So that's good enough. It's taking a while. Uh-oh. Maybe it's not a good idea to go that direction. Let's go here. Dude. Okay, so now we're joining the war. I'm trying to get over there in time. Oh, that sucks. Well, I made in the attempt. Oh, looks like my buddies in Desmond got involved, so maybe I should fuck them up a little bit. I'll just go over here. Also, when you occupy, if someone's occupying your land, you can't raise levies. If you haven't already. You can raise some, but I don't think you can raise all of them. Especially if they've managed to take it. So, I am laying siege to the Desmond tribe. So, that is what I'm doing. And, alright, so basically, this is what pops up when you enter war. The war score, if it's like at negative, you don't want this to get to negative 100. That means you've lost. You want to get it to a positive 100, which will be green. And, yep, see, we already lost. But at least I was not an alliance breaker. And then I just lower the... So, another thing that's, when you go to war, one thing you have to keep in mind is people in your kingdom don't like it when you go to war, like, especially if your vassals hate it. So, you don't want to go to war too long, or else you'll start getting a negative modifier for how many months you spent with your levies raised, especially if it's a war that you started. If it's a war that you're already called into, or if you're defending, you won't get that penalty. But it's just something to keep in mind, and why, like I said, it's really hard to be an expansionist in this game in many ways because of that. You have to know how to control your vassals, and if they get pissed off at you, they could revolt. So, oh, someone's being a little chancellery. Let's see. Wow. Oh, let's give it to Claudia. And let's marry you off to somebody. Oh. See, now I have some really good alliances. potential for alliances. Like pacts. So I have all these alliances here. But I can also ask these guys for alliances because of the marriages. And that's usually how you get alliances to get into war with you. But I'm not going to call on them right now because I have no reason to go to war, and I'm not going to go against Lombard for Julia. So, oh, my son is about to. As soon as he ages up, that might be a good time to stop this video. Alright, so we'll just... New court chaplain. Oh, that's right, he was... Commander, let's see. Just to form better relations. And then... What's she really good at? Okay. I'm just gonna marry into all these Welsh families. I think that's my plan. Alright. He is not interesting. That's probably... was not a good idea. The age difference was probably not a good thing, but... it'd be really good to have, like... a couple of these connections to these Welsh kingdoms, because you never know when you'll need help. So... I have no idea who that is. Oh, okay. What's his birthday? April 21st, the day before my niece's birthday. That's crazy. But he's gonna turn 16, he's gonna age up. And it looks like he's proud. Superbia. He's turning into quite a good young man. Thank you, Chief of Vermont. And, man. Just waiting for him to age up. So, oh, my birthday, January 19th. Just passed by. I don't have enough yet for prestige at the moment. But I think I might just have enough. Yes. So, let's raise for more money. Yep. Wow! Look at that wonderful mustache. He looks like he belongs in the 70s, except if it weren't for the braid. The braid, he looks like he would definitely be doing some disco. But he became a skilled tactician. See, like that was a good foster arrangement we had with the Duke of Sarman. So he was raised to be a pretty good person. The other thing is he's arbitrary. He doesn't really care about the law so much, and he's very proud. So he's kind of looks like he's kind of a bro actually. Because he's a skilled tactician, which means he's kind of like really physical. He's temperate. Okay, temperate is probably like he's kind of probably like Archie from Riverdale, probably more closer. So I don't think Archie's arbitrary so much, but proud. He's proud of who he is, and he probably tells everybody about it because he's gregarious. Anyways. So now he can get married! Yay! To the lady from Isla. Oh wow, she is also a skill. Oh Jesus! Look at her. She could beat the crap out of him. She has a 19. He has a 12 skill. That's awesome. Wow. I want a story about this woman right here. So, I'm pretty sure, like, that's probably... No, this is Sokka and Suki. Like, from Avatar. Like, he's proud. Okay, Sokka does kind of care about the law, but he's definitely gregarious. But he does believe... He kind of has steward qualities. And then, she is definitely Suki. She's brave, she's ambitious, she's kind, and she's humble. Wow. They really hit it off. They, that's too bad. So, well, that's interesting. Anyways, we can learn, since he's my heir, we'll definitely learn more about this couple in the coming days when Chief Colla, the Affable, finally bites it. Probably would be a better marshal than yeah, just a little bit. Actually, his wife would be a better marshal than he is. Okay. I probably should recruit a... So, anyways. That's all I'm gonna do for today. I know this is probably gonna be a really long video. But next time we'll see where this will bring us.